Hey guys, good morning. It is April the 15th, and I just wanted to come on here and give a very quick word. For those of you who know, like, I work in a school, and many people, I'm sure, have heard it said that when you are testing or when you're in a test, it seems like God is silent. And that's kind of how I feel right now. It's like, okay, God, I did what you told me to do as far as the surrenderance piece. I tried to reach out to those who I may have offended in some way, just to let people know, and just to let people know that I have no ill will, no hard feelings. Because there's some people who God have separated me from in this season, and it's not because of anything that anyone has done. It's really just because he has us go in different directions. So, like, perfect, Lord, perfect. So when you look at the trees, right? The trees have branches that go in different directions, okay? So the different directions doesn't mean that there's a problem, right? It just means that are going different ways. But when you understand that God has a plan for the whole tree, right? The whole tree. And it's just that we're going in different directions. So, I'm like, God, I did what you told me to do. I did the surrender piece, the surrender lesson. And thank you for those who watched it and liked and commented and shared. Those who reached out to me, I really appreciate it, because I was so in my feelings after that. But God, I did what you told me to do. And now that I've done it, it just feels like you're not saying anything. It doesn't feel like anything's happening. But God said it's going to happen. It's going to happen, and it's going to happen swiftly. It's going to be quick. It's going to be a sudden work. And it's just going to be like a ta-da, type of moment. And although it's feel like, and to be honest, there's a little bit of doubt. And I'm like, okay, God, you say it's going to be sudden, but whatever you have been waiting for, I'm sure you can feel the same way. Like, you've been waiting forever, so how sudden can it be? You know what I mean? But God is saying that you weren't ready then. You were waiting for it, because I promised it to you, but you weren't ready for it, right? So now that you're ready, now that you're in position, it's going to be sudden. Because there was some things that he still had to take out of me. There were some things that he still had to heal me from. There was some perceptions, some things that I thought about myself that he had to correct. And he was like, baby, you my child. You know what I mean? And this is what I tell my kids all the time. I don't care what the other kids do. You know what I mean? I don't care. But when you walk out of this house, you're representing me. Right? So you can't walk around, looking like who did it and what for. And you can't walk around with this woe is me attitude, because, baby, that's not how my children are supposed to behave. And so that's what God was saying to me. And you can't walk around thinking that you're less than and that you're not enough. And, so there's some things that God had to clear out of me, some perceptions about myself that he had to change, because if I don't see myself the way he sees me, and I won't act the way that I'm supposed to act. I'm supposed to act like royalty. I am a child of the king, not a king, the king. You know what I mean? I am the child of the king. And I'm supposed to act like royalty. If I don't see myself as royalty, if I don't act like royalty, I won't walk like royalty. I won't speak like royalty. So there's some things that he has had to heal in me. And now that I'm healed, you're just going to try to run the light. So now that I'm healed, God is like, okay, it can happen. He's saying, okay, now it can happen. But listen, we have to be ready for it. There's something, Isaiah's birthday is coming up this month, and he knows, he knows his birthday is coming up. He knows he has a gift coming. He's anxious for it, right? He's anxious for it. And of course, I'm not saying nothing about it. I'm trying to divert the conversation, just because he's checking the mailbox and, whose package is that? Dude, don't worry about it. All you need to know is that it's coming. And that's what God is saying, at least to me right now. So again, this is for, if this word is hitting home for you, then, seek him about it to see if this is indeed what he is saying to you. Because, it's like, what else could be going on right now, God? Because you're not saying anything. But he's like, don't worry about it. I don't have to say it. You've asked for it. I've heard you ask for it. That should be enough. He has even heard unspoken requests, so just know that God has heard your request, and it's on the way. You know what I mean? Your request is on the way, and he doesn't have to say anymore. He doesn't have to say any more about it. You just know that it's on its way. You just know that he heard your request. And just know that when it gets here, whatever you're believing him for is going to be better than what you've expected it to be. Right? So, I pray this word just helps someone. And don't be anxious. You know what I mean? Instead of being anxious, just thank him for it. Just thank him for it. Because it's really, and know this, with this being Isaiah's birthday month and him expecting a gift, just know that you still have to do what you were told to do when you get it. So Isaiah knows that when his birthday gift gets here, if he gets distracted with his schoolwork or his chores, that gift is gone. That gift is gone. And you still have to keep up with the process and the regimen that God has put you on. So if your schedule is to pray at 6 o'clock in the evening, you still need to pray at 6 o'clock in the evening when that gift gets here. Not saying that, it has to stay 6 o'clock, but you still need to maintain that prayer schedule. You know what I mean? You might have to adjust the time, but you can't miss it. You cannot miss it. You can't skip it. Okay? So just remember, when you get it, you got to stay in the regimen. You got to stick with the schedule. Okay? Yeah. I just want you to be encouraged. Just know that it's coming, that it has already, listen, I got a notification from Amazon that the package has shipped, right? It's on its way. And, oh God, thank you. So I ordered a package last week, right? And I got a confirmation that it was delivered. And I'm like, God, did somebody steal my package? Where's my package? Listen, I went to the post office because it said that they weren't able to deliver it. So I go to the post office and they say, well, we brought it back because your address is part of a route change. And I'm like, okay, Lord, well, I haven't moved, where's my package? Did y'all deliver it to someone else? And he said no, because it's still assigned to you. It still has your address on it, even if it's been rerouted. Listen, it's coming back. It's coming back. So just be encouraged. It'll get to you when it gets to you, and it's still yours. It's still from the Father, and you're going to be pleased with it. You're going to be pleased with it. Okay? Because he is the giver of all good gifts. Okay, so just be encouraged and know that it's coming. It's yours. It's going to be better than, what you thought. and just be encouraged. Just thank him for it. Just thank him for it. You know, so you guys have a great day. See you later.